I did it. I completed King's Fall raid. I have defeated the Taken King, Oryx, this weekend on Destiny. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. Uh, that shit was long as fuck. I started at like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I ended almost at 7 a.m. That shit, I did not expect it to be that long. I knew it was gonna take a long time, but I didn't know it was gonna take that fucking long. Now, that shit was so fucking confusing. Now, keep in mind, I've been ready to do this fucking raid, like mentally prepared for like 2 3 days. Actually no, let me not say 2 to 3 days. Like Friday it came out, so I was expecting to do it Friday, but I didn't do it Friday. And Saturday is the day that I did it at night. I watched like a 10-minute video, like a quick like tutorials type shit just to be ready. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't remember a single piece of information from that video. Now, the only information I do remember is Golgoroth, whatever the fuck his name is, the ogre, and the twin sisters. That was the only thing I remembered. Now, keep in mind, when I say I remembered, I don't mean how to actually start the damage phases or what to actually do during the boss fights. I just remember seeing the character models. That's it. I didn't know what I was doing whatsoever. So I was technically going into this raid blind. Now, before I started this raid, I had to spend about 30 to 40 minutes actually coming up with like my loadout. Cause previously I didn't really have to worry about like upgrading my loadout. Cause honestly, I didn't even know how to do it. Now I had searched up like a video like what people were gonna go in with in their hunter classes. When it came to the abilities, like okay, like that's kind of self-explanatory. And to be honest, it's kind of easy to figure out which fragments to use. When it came to the armor pieces and how to mod the armor pieces, what weapons to use, how to basically use certain weapons, not just the weapon type like a fusion rifle or like a sniper rifle, but like the types, like the different types of sniper rifles and different types of fusion rifles. Now, luckily, I had gotten a linear fusion rifle that people were specifically using for that raid that same day. So I was fine on that part for my heavy weapons. But for my secondary, my energy weapon and my primary, I was kind of, mixed between what I should use. Now, I ended up using, I think, Bad Juju. I ended up using the pulse rifle because I think I watched the video that was basically saying how long range weapons were going to be key to the whole raid. Now, I'm not sure how reliable that information is, but I will tell you that I did do a very good job of staying alive and actually putting out damage at the same time. So I ended up using Bad Juju. I used like a regular sniper. It wasn't nothing crazy. I think it was like some kind of a base purple sniper. It wasn't really nothing special, not from any like expansion or any type of like campaign world type shit. When it came to actually using my armor pieces and modding, I actually went broke trying to mod them. Because when I had my armor pieces originally, I never upgraded them for extra slots. So they were all stuck at like level 3, level 2. So I had to bump them up a bunch. Along with upgrading my 5 pieces of armor, right? The helmet, the chest, the gauntlets, the leg pieces, and the cape, right? I also had to upgrade at least 3 more pieces of armor so that I can basically use other exotics for certain parts of the raid. Majority of the raid, I was using the Aeon Swift gauntlets, which is an exotic. You guys probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about for those who don't know Destiny. But basically, Ion Swift, if you have the certain cult mod, the insight mod, when you do finishers on challenging enemies, you actually get heavy weapon ammo drops. Now, heavy weapon ammo drops are so crucial because obviously since they're heavy weapons, they do the most damage. So I was rocking that the majority of the raid. We got to towards the end of the raid, I actually switched off and used the sealed Ahamkara's gauntlets for the solar class, which basically enhances my trip mines, any damage I do with melee or like melee abilities or class abilities, basically give me more grenade charge. So obviously I had to switch to solar. I was basically mixing between like solar and arc the whole raid. But those two exotics I were using, so I had to switch between those. And then it got to a point I actually needed to use a pair of boots. Now, honestly, you don't need to use the pair of boots like I did, but for the jumping puzzles, I actually used Frosties, which basically gives you more speed in your sprint, and sprinting, I think dodging gives you more sprint charge or some shit like that. Now, you don't need to use it, but I used it only because I was watching a video and it told me that it would be good to use it. Now, there were some other builds that I was looking at that honestly I didn't even see a point in using it, but that's because of my ignorance. I don't know what kind of benefits they hold, and honestly, I didn't want to like waste time learning about them. Past the boring shit, that raid was something different. I mean, tensions were high the whole time. People were like very fatigued. It was literally like literally in the middle of the night. Like we finished the raid when the sun was coming up. Like that's the time I actually like went to bed. Now, do I regret doing it and staying up that late? No, I don't, because it was very fun. I enjoyed every single moment. That fucking last part against Oryx was so insane. Like, just the DPA. Oh wow, DPA. Just the DPS phases were just insane. Like, just the timing for everything is insane. I have no idea like how people do this on the challenge mode on day one, but props to them, bro. I honestly don't even know how the fuck they do it. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to show, like, the last, like, couple, like, seconds of it just to show, like, the excitement from my voice.
Lance, I need you on.
Fuck, okay.
Get on it, Lance. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I got the knights, I got the knights. Where's it going?
It's where Ryzen, get on.
Ryzen, get on plate, get on plate, get on plate, get on plate, get on plate.
Going.
I'm not trying to sound mean or anything.
No, you good. I understand.
Make sure you're in the bubble, make sure you're in the bubble. Now go for the right. Go, or I'll go the left. I'll go left.
Okay,
I got it. I'm gonna wait here for a second. All right, I'm gonna go in now. Literally down nothing but primary.
Yeah, all I got is primary, bro.
Got a bit.
Holy shit! Oh my fucking god!
Holy shit!
Yo! Holy shit!
Fuck this game, bro. I got fucking.
Honestly, bro, it was so fun. I want to do it again just so I could see if I could roll an exotic, but it was hard enough to get a team just for that raid. But who knows? Maybe it'll happen again. Maybe this time I'll actually record the whole thing, but who knows? We'll see.